Hello again, we're back at the quilt. As you can see, I've got the pins pinned in there. Down the middle of it, I did a solid row of them because I thought I needed them. I was going to do it all like that, and then I figured out, you know what, I might could just do them on an angle like this. Every other one. It would probably be just fine. So that's what I started doing. And as you can see, having it like this has worked out really good. Because I could get all the way down from one end to the other. So, and this is in the living room on the coffee table, stretched out with a couple other things to help support it. Now I've got the middle all done, and I'm going to scoot it over, get this other side done, and then scoot it back and go do that side. Absolutely loving this quilt. As I told you, it's called my ocean quilt because it has all the colors of the ocean in there. And it's just beautiful, I think. I love it. It's got colors I love. I love the turquoise. I love greens and the blues and all of those colors. It has little sand dollars, as you can see. And there's some more of the sand dollars in there. And I have the little starfishes. It's really hard for me to find. I don't know why. But I do have some starfish in there. So anyway, like I said, I don't see a one. That's just funny. So I went to show it whenever I was working on my quilt. There they are. There's your little starfish. I don't know if you can see them or not, but right. Well, there. Now you can see them if I get out of my light. So they have the starfishes. They have the sand dollars. They have the brown sand. They have the greens and blues, lights and darks of the water. So it's my ocean quilt. As I said, I'm doing this one for me because I always made quilts for everybody else. I made quilts for the kids one year. We didn't have a whole lot of money, and I wanted to do something nice for them. It was going to be really cold that winter. They predicted a really, really cold winter, and so I asked them. I said, okay. I said, I want each one of you to choose a quilt that you want. You design it. Get your piece of paper, draw it on there, show me what you want, or just tell me what you want. Either way. And I said, let me know. Just tell me. I'll make you a quilt for Christmas. Well, they were all for it. They were very creative. The least little boy, I had 6 kids. I had 2 kids by my first marriage and 4 by the second one. And so the boys was small, kind of small, old enough to pick. I mean, they were going to school. Maybe not quite going to school. One of them wasn't. So anyway, I asked him, I said, okay, what do you want? We had a weenie dog at the time, little Dotson. And he says, Mama, he says, I want 2 weenie dogs playing with a ball. And I said, perfect. That's awesome. I can do that. And so he was happy. I asked the next one. I said, okay, what do you want? And he says, Mama, I want a town on my bed. And I said, really? And he said, yes. He said, I want houses, I want roads, and I want a railroad track, because we always went down and walked across the railroad track, walked around it, and hunted for arrowheads and stuff. And he said, I want a railroad track, and I want that on my quilt. He said, that way, I can go play on the bed, and I can put my cars on there and ride it on the roads. And I said, whew, that's a really good idea. Okay, we can do that. And the older boy, he loves the water. He wanted like a sailboat. And I said, all right. I said, well, if I do several sailboats in the water and do kind of a water design. And he goes, yep, that's what I want, sailboats. I said, all right. So for Christmas, I made them all their quilt. They was absolutely thrilled. I don't have any pictures of it. I wish I did. But our house burnt in '04, and we lost a lot of stuff. We didn't have insurance. We lost everything. I mean, you had to replace everything, but you lost a lot of stuff that you can't replace. And I had pictures of the quilts and stuff, and the quilts and things that I had saved back after they got older and stuff, and you know how it is when you have a house fire, it takes everything. But we moved on, and it kept going, as everybody has to do. So anyway, I always made everybody quilts and made all the kids quilts, and I decided, you know what, I want a quilt for myself. And I decided this was going to be my quilt. If it had mistakes in it, it was all right. I'm not a perfect person. Everything's not going to be perfect in my quilt. But it's my quilt. I made it, and I'm going to be using it, and it's going to be wonderful. And I love the colors. I don't know about y'all, but I absolutely love the colors. I just think they're just the best thing. Alright, so this is the update. You see where I put the pins. Like I said, I run a row, solid row down the middle on each square. On the next one, I skipped one. And so now they're kind of in an angle. The needles, the pin, the safety pins are. Another funny story, when I was making those quilts, back then, you didn't have these beautiful little pins who had the little knobbies on it. You just had, or if you did, they was very expensive, couldn't afford them. So I just had regular pins, straight pins, with the little heads. So anyway, after I'd made the quilts, my son called me in there and he says, Mom, he says, I was laying on the bed a while ago and something stuck me. And I said, uh-oh. I said, where? Somewhere's in there. So I got to feeling around. Sure enough, there was a pin. It was buried in the cloth, and there where I had the two of them, pinned together. And I could not figure out how to get it out. So I tried to work it back right through the seam and work it out. And of course, it had a small head, so you could kind of work it around to where the small head would come out. So I finally got that out. So using these safety pins is absolutely wonderful, because you can see them, they're big, and you don't have to worry about them. And these are the pins that I got. I think I got them from Walmart, Drizzy, or whatever it is, D-R-I-T-Z, Drizzle, whatever it is. It's basting pins, and they're big. And you got 150 pins in each bag, and it wasn't real expensive. So that's what I'm using, and let me tell you people, these are worth it. Oh my gosh, they're just so much better than a straight pin. And your straight pins, as you were working on it or whatever, would come out, and you'd find straight pins all on the floor. It was just like, this is much better. A lot safer for everybody too. Alright, so there's the quilt. I'm working on it. I gotta smooth out some places here before I move it. And can't wait to get quilting on it. I think it's going to take me forever, but that's alright. I'm going to start on it, and we'll see how fast it goes, or how much we can get done, or whatever, because I figured this was going to take a long time too, and actually it didn't take me that long to put these pieces together. Now, I will admit, I had them cut out. Bought them already cut. These squares was already cut. These were jelly rolls. And then you cut them in your 2.5 inches, and then, you sew them all together. So it wasn't that bad. And it was cut, perfectly. I like that. Now on these I couldn't find the 4.5 inch squares, so I had to buy a 5-inch square and cut it down. So that worked out okay too. So anyway, so there you go. It's another step. We're getting closer and closer. And I hope y'all join me for the rest of it. And I hope y'all having a great day. And I appreciate everybody. So be sure and like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you can get the updates. Every time I put one up, it'll come up and you won't miss any of them. And share with your friends. And maybe somebody you know who knows likes quilting or just would like to see it, And share with them, and then maybe they'll start watching. That would be great. All right, I'll talk to you later. Lavender Rose says, we're going to get back at it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.